broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me.
Alright guys, so I'm at what's it called? Thameslink, which is a link straight from the nearest tube station or railway station to Gatwick Airport. It's pretty early, as you can see. It's like I think 2:30 in the morning, and I'm basically catching my train to Gatwick because that's what I do every... There you go. There's one train coming. So what was I saying? This is my normal journey I do every Friday, 2:30, and that's what I'm getting. London Blackfriars. 1 second. Now I'm in the Thameslink, and what I told you before, on my app it said it cancelled Gatwick Airport. So I was thinking of, oh my god, I need to get out here with just St. Pancras and jump into a taxi, but luckily, for whatever reason, when I got on the train, it said, well, we're going to Gatwick Airport. I'm like, ooh, because there's a big headache in the mornings, like 2 a.m. in the morning. There are no normal trains going, so I mean, not servicing like every 15 minutes or something. So therefore, getting to the airport is really, really crucial or hard. And if it doesn't work, you basically have limited time where you then can catch a cab or a taxi. And obviously you pay 50 to 100 pounds. Last time I paid 100 pounds just to get from my house to Gatwick Airport, which is insane if you think about it, but you didn't have any other chance really. Yeah, hopefully this one gets there. I'll keep you updated. My hair's all over the place. I'm gonna listen to some music now. I'll try to sleep. See you in a bit.
You meant the world to me. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares. I used to run with you through.
Alright, we're here. I'm getting picked up by Nicole, and then we're gonna get some breakfast. And I'll catch you in a second. Boom! We're back in Germany. I more or less just landed. And then we went to Nikki's parents, had a bit of a chill day. And now I actually wanted to thank you first of all for, you know, this amazing feedback about this new challenge and that you guys are all so excited. And I actually want to talk about something in specific because one of you guys, and let me just walk to the PC because then I can tell you who we are talking about. Ian E. I'll just call you Ian E. I will just want to protect your privacy, like we should do after the Facebook scandal, right? Anyway, so he actually had a really good idea. He said, well, Mark, I liked your video and I like this challenge and I actually want to do something similar. In your video, it would be great if you would be more specific about what you want to change about your physique, what you're trying to achieve, because I would like to set myself a similar challenge. At the same time, your videos would be a great motivation. And this is something I want to talk about because I think that's actually a really good idea. And now my battery's empty. Let's change the battery. All right, quickly swap the scene to get into more a quiet place because other people are running around this house. Now, so what's the actual objective of this whole challenge? And in a nutshell, it's basically me being the personal trainer, taking someone like an actor who just got a casting or has been casted for a Hollywood movie, similar to any sort of Marvel action superhero type movie or Tomb Raider or Tarzan, or someone who needs to look sort of a certain way, but also has some specific abilities. And in my case, I'm thinking of someone who also needs to do some martial arts, and in most of these action films you will have someone who needs to do some martial arts. So the objective is, and I took like a 4-month time frame. Most of the time when you cast these people, the time frame is a bit longer because it really depends on who's the person who's going to be going for that challenge, and if they need to lose more weight or if they need to bulk up longer. Sometimes you work with these people up to 7 months, even 8 months time. So just for the sake of it, to make it not too long, I thought we'll do a 3-month bulk and a 1-month cut, like that kind of cycle, which is sort of okay, and you can get some decent results in that time. So first objective is putting on some size, so actually putting on some muscle. But in my case, I want to get sort of an athletic look, not the bodybuilding type of look. Like the muscle in terms of a bodybuilder is not functional, if that makes sense. So they have an amazing physique and they look great, but they can't move. So the difference with us is we're going to get stronger in the gym, look bigger, and be athletic at the same time. So that's my objective by when I say bulking up. I'm not just trying to bulk up in terms of volume looking big. I mean, that will come anyway, but that's the first thing. The second thing is I want to increase my flexibility in terms of my splits, because I want to be able to do some really high kicks. And I mean, I'm already able to do them, but like I said in my last video, I lost my splits a little bit, so I want to go back into like a full box split. That's the second objective for me, for this special film we're casting for, let's say. The third thing is the movement training, the kind of training like Ido Portal. If you don't know what I'm talking about, click over here and I'll link a video from that guy, because he's very well known in this space of movement, animal flow type of training. And even Conor McGregor, you know, the UFC fighting guy. Who doesn't know that guy, right? He just got jailed. Anyway, he trained with Ido Portal, for example, because the approach he has is really using your body in so many different ways. And that's something I'm going to incorporate into my training for a superhero as well, or for this action hero, because I want him to be able to move in a certain way, not just be standing there and doing a punch or throwing a punch and knocking out the other person, but doing maybe some fancy sort of move, which you sometimes see even in Tron. If you know Tron, one of my friends, Anis Shafra, he's a tricker. He actually doubled one of the guys in there who does all these flips and twists and stuff. But you need that. In Hollywood, you want to see people do this kind of crazy shit, so to speak. So going on to the fourth point. So first one is put on size, second one is getting the splits, third one is the movement training based, and the fourth one is basically martial arts, like real typical martial arts stuff. Punching, boxing. It's going to be a mixture between boxing, Thai boxing, Taekwondo, some sort of stuff I normally do, but I'm going to take you through this whole approach when I'm there. So I'm going to brush up on my martial arts skills. When I say I always refer to me as being the person we're using. When I say I normally would take the person through that training. That makes sense, right? The fifth one is gymnastics. Normal gymnastic skills like somersaults, sideways, forwards, backwards, flips, twists, all these things, they will be, because some of the actors do some of the stunt work themselves. And stunt work in terms of film in Hollywood is also with rigging and all that stuff, where you've got the, you know, if someone gets punched and they fly all the way like 5 meters through a door or something, it's not like the superhero might, well, they might get punched. If Hulk punches Superman and Superman flies all the way through the room and crashes into a wall, that needs to be filmed somehow. So the gymnastic training we're going to be doing is going to be setting up my actor, or myself in that sense, for the actual stunt work this actor might do. But because of the high profile role Marvel normally does, most of the actors are not allowed to do their own stunts, because if they get injured, the whole film is going to be on hold. A lot of money is going to be wasted because they need to wait until this person recovers. But some of the scenes, let's say like Tomb Raider, I know for example, Alicia Vikander, she did a lot of her stunts herself. And that's okay, like some of the soft stuff. But for the sense, let's say you get punched and you need to be able to do a backflip. You're going to be wired, obviously, as an actor, but if you don't know how to do a backflip, if you don't have the feeling for it, then it's going to look funny. So this stuff we will be training as well. Right, so that's basically it in a nutshell. That's the goal I have for myself. Basically, me being the personal trainer and taking the actor, which is myself, to this sort of stage. That's going to take 4 months time. The other thing is that I think Ian makes a really good point, that I want you guys to be able to participate. It doesn't mean to say you have to do exactly the plan I do. I'm going to share my plan, and it's up to you if you want to follow that or not. You can also do your own sort of stuff. If you don't want to do martial arts, if you say, well, I want to be a good cycler, or I want to be this, or I want to be that, I don't really care. You can do your own plan. It might be a good idea that we all start at the same time, because it's a bit of motivation, and I think that's really cool, because I'm gonna do every single day, I'm gonna put out a video and tell you basically what I do, how I feel, what I eat, and so on and so forth. You know that because you've seen the 30-day challenge. If I hit a plateau, or if I have any difficulties throughout this whole challenge, the reason why I call it challenge is because it is sort of a challenge to turn yourself into this sort of person. But it's different to the 500 and 1,000 rep challenge, because this time around we're actually taking an approach which is feasible as a trainings plan. This means, a lot of people said, well, the 500, 1,000 rep challenge, and I do agree. I said in the videos a lot of times, it's not a training plan, because the high rep volume every single day is not good for your joints and so on. So we also need to put in perspective that when we train an actor, we can't justify him getting injured throughout the training cycle, because if that happens, it's not a good thing, right? Because he needs to be filming and stuff. So this is going to be really important, like I said. So that's why they're not allowed to do their stunt work, but that's also why they're not going to do the 1,000 rep challenge to get fit. So long story short, what I want you to do is I want you to think of something which might be working for you for these 90 days. If you want to bulk, if you want to do the same sort of program I'm going to be doing, and then strip off some fat, and then you're basically going to be ready for summer, because if we start on the 1st of May, we've got May, June, July, and then sort of in the mid of August, you're going to be in amazing shape. So I think it's a perfect timing also to start this whole thing. Yeah, I just wanted to put this video out for a little update, and I'm going to now sit down and create this whole plan and figure out the whole 90 days and 30 days. And then I'm going to share this in the next video, and then basically we're going to all hopefully be set for the 1st of May. And if it's, maybe it might be even a week later, it depends if I get this all set up, because you know, I still got a daily life which I need to get sorted as well. So I need to see how this whole challenge is going to fit into my daily work, because obviously I've got personal training clients and so on and so forth. But this is something I'm going to be talking about in the vlog as well. So it's not going to be an excuse, because you might have a job, right? So you might work 9 to 5, and then you might have kids, so on and so forth. So we need to figure out, how does that work for you as well? I mean, not we, you have to figure that out. I have to figure it out for myself. And then I'll just take it from there. Now, if you've got any questions, leave a question in the comment box below. If I forgot something to cover in this video, also just give me a hint. I like the conversation we're having here on YouTube, and I like the sort of engagement we're having. And also the one thing I ask you, and this is the only thing I'm going to ask you, because I'm going to put this all out for free, is to share it. To share it with someone you think might benefit from actually, you know, wanting to get fit. You probably know 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 people who always have said something like, well, you know, I'm gonna get fit, but they never got started. If you have someone like that in mind, send them this video and send them this whole idea of the challenge, and then we're all gonna get fit together. And I think this is really cool. I'm looking forward to it, because I've been, you know, slipping my workout. I've been sliding, slipping, whatever. I've been not doing my workouts as I should have. Excuses were, you know, I was too busy, I had an injury, I just didn't want to do it, whatever. I've got all these excuses, which my clients have when they come to me. It's not like I'm unfit and I'm not able to train people, but I want a next level for myself. And I was like, let's do this, and that's why we're here. So I'm super excited. I'm super excited you're here and still watching. And yeah, as always, I'll see you probably in the next 2 or 3 days with a little update. And then we're all gonna get set for the challenge. Thank you for watching. Something fell on the floor. Anyway, see you over and out.